When I was a kid, I used to really like Legos. You get the sets, you follow the instructions, you put it together. You take a look at the box, and it's a picture of a castle or a boat or something cool like that. And you open up the box, and what it is a bunch of little pieces scattered everywhere. If you want that castle, if you want that boat, you have to take the time to put the pieces where they go. Otherwise, you were never going to get to play with that castle. You were just going to have a pile of loose, random pieces that do absolutely nothing. Legos are not fun when they're split apart and just everywhere. Then they're just a bunch of little squares and other funny shapes that really hurt your feet if you step on them. But that is kind of how life works as a whole. If you want something, you get a bunch of scattered pieces that you can use to create that thing. You get all of the parts to put together the life that you want. But the life that you want doesn't come as a pre-packaged object. You don't just get success, you get the building blocks of success. And you have to put all of those together to succeed in the way that you want to. You don't just get the body that you want, you get all of the building blocks to get that body, and it's up to you to put them together. Same goes for your relationships or whatever else it is that you think about in life. You will always get the pieces, and it will always be up to you to put together and assemble appropriately. But most people get upset because they don't just get the thing, and they think that they've been wronged by the universe and damned by society because they weren't just given the end product, they were given the pieces, and they don't have the patience or the dedication that it takes to piece all of them together themselves. And that is why they wind up feeling as though they do not get what other people get, because they don't understand that everyone else took the time to assemble the pieces that they looked at as though it was some sort of problem. Most people get all of the individual little Lego blocks, so to speak, and view that as some sort of tragedy. They just have a mess. Other people get the mess and they think, okay, cool, I have the opportunity to construct this into something. I could piece all of this together and build it into something greater, because your life is the sum total of all of the things that you do. It is a collection of the little individual building blocks. It's none of them by itself, because by itself, it means absolutely nothing. Just like the Lego pieces by themselves mean absolutely nothing. The little brick with the two little pokey things on the top is meaningless and useless. It's when you get the collection of these bricks that they can come together into something worthwhile. Same thing with life. Same thing with your choices. All of your choices are the little individual building blocks that will create the life that you want. But by themselves, they mean absolutely nothing. It's just one little individual thing that you do. One little workout is not going to do anything, but a whole collection of workouts will come together to give you the body of your dreams. The meals that you eat by themselves mean absolutely nothing. One individual meal has no bearing on anything, your physique or your health, but it's all of the individual meals that come together to give you, or I guess review your abs and give you the health that you want or keep you healthy. It is all of the little individual pieces of things that you use to build something worthwhile. So when you're sitting there looking at your life, you need to understand that it is a sum total of those little individual pieces, of those little individual choices that you have made. And most people just have a bunch of scattered choices, a bunch of scattered nothingness, a bunch of scattered pieces, because they haven't taken the time to assemble them. They haven't taken the time to put them all together in the way that they can. When people pray for things, they get them delivered to them just in scattered pieces that they then have to assemble. But they feel like their prayers haven't been answered because they didn't get the fully assembled object. That's not the case. It is up to you to assemble the things. It is up to you to do what it takes to put it together, to prove that you are worthy of it. So all of these pieces that you are given are the opportunity to build something great. And that is how it is that your prayers are answered. You're given a test of sorts, something to prove yourself, and you prove yourself by assembling these pieces. You don't just sit there and get mad and say, oh, this is just a whole bunch of random stuff. No, it is not random stuff. It is the building blocks to everything that you've wanted. That's what your choices are. That's what every single thing that you get is. That's what your adversity is. It seems terrible in the moment, but it's just one little piece of the puzzle as a whole. The question is, are you going to take the time to put it together?